All right, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the DC HUB Podcast, the Arrowverse Edition of the DC HUB Podcast. My name is William D. Morgan, and I have the best co-worker, best co-host in the whole wide world with me. Shaw, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Doing pretty good, can't complain. Justin Hicks, what's up, bro? Appreciate you being in the chat. All right, guys, we got a lot we need to talk about. It was a big week this week in the Arrowverse. We had Legends come back this week. As well as having a full slate of shows. Black Lightning was here, Batwoman was here, Supergirl was here, The Flash. We got a lot to cover. We'll probably do, I guess we'll do Batwoman and last. But I'll go ahead and get started with Black Lightning. It was a decent episode. Real quick, it was a little bit strange. Because the last episode, you saw Lynn get taken to jail for a plethora of charges. Human trafficking was one of them. And she had to call her ex-boyfriend, her lawyer friend, to help get her out, to bail her out of jail. And Jefferson took issue with it.
Uh-huh.
And to me, hey, look, thank you. I appreciate it. She mine, but thank you. I appreciate it. Jefferson sort of kind of had an issue with it because he thought Lynn didn't have faith that he would be able to get the job done. But that was the drama. That was family drama for the week in Black Lightning. The rest of it was about the heroes. You saw Tobias a little bit in this one. You saw also that they finally figured out how their powers were being canceled out. And you also saw Jennifer jumpstart herself and get her powers back. She pretty much electrocuted herself to get some of her powers back. Then she went back up to the ionosphere to regain her full strength, which she did. So she worked around it. Let's see if the other members of the crew can work around it as well. So it was a very good episode. You saw Tobias take over. As he always does. He took over. He took care of all. He took over all the gangs in the city once again. And I just thought it was a very good episode. You also saw Anessa show concern for her sister, and you also saw her wife say, well, what if we're meant not to have these powers and we can live our lives as human? So I thought that was kind of interesting in a sense. We also saw a little bit of Painkiller in this episode as he's still trying to dig up dirt on Tobias to get Jefferson freed of those embezzlement charges. So hopefully next episode we'll get that and things can somewhat get back to normal because the rest of the gang, they need their powers. All right, let's go into the rest of the show. We got show reviews. We got some news to break down. Shaw, I'll let you take over. Then I'll come back and do Batwoman.
Yes, sir. All right. So first off, let's talk about Legends of Tomorrow. Some big stuff happened. All right. So first up, on the Sarah Lance side, she wakes up in a pod, breaks out of it, breaks Spartacus out of his pod. Just a little random. They find two aliens flying the ship. Sparkus attacks the big alien and gets eaten. Sarah waits for the smaller alien to go and check up on the pods. Threatens him, only to find out that this little alien is Gary. Which kind of leaves for some plot holes, which I don't know. I mean, there's been some times where he's lost blood. Sometimes where he's lost limbs, like a nipple, and times where he's had his glasses off. So maybe they're gonna say crisis, maybe, but I don't know. Whatever, we'll see. Anyway, they take out the big alien, who apparently is Gary's fiance. Apparently, there's also no explanation on why he abducted her now.
Right.
Apparently, he was abducting. His whole reason for being on Earth was to abduct her, even though the majority of his time there had nothing to do with her. I mean, if they would have said that it was to abduct Ava, that would make a little more sense there. But whatever. Anyway, So in order to, they open up an airlock to knock the big alien out, and in order to really knock him out through the airlock, they release all the pods that have other aliens, and they release that into a time vortex. They try to get to the time vortex in order to get back to the Legends, but they don't get there in time. That's the end of their story for the episode. Meanwhile, the Legends, after a night of partying, come together. They find out Sarah's missing. They find out she was kidnapped by aliens through a video recorded by David Bowie. Maybe give Bowie more than 5 minutes, maybe. Hey, whatever. They also see that Sarah is going to ask Ava to marry her. So, a lot of stuff there. Everybody goes on their way, does things to try to figure out what to do. John tries to use magic, fails. He has some sort of connection with her since he got her back from hell. Let's see what else. A-Rod and Nate go to some lady who apparently has some sort of connection to contact with aliens. Only it turns out she doesn't have some sort of chip. It's probably something to do with her. Like maybe she herself is an alien or something like that. We'll see. Do whatever. They're able to contact Sarah, tell her to keep fighting on, blah, blah, blah. Ava says she will marry her, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so moving forward, we got all those aliens that got, lost through time. So they're going to have to deal with those. And eventually Sarah will come back. We'll see how long that takes. And there'll probably be more to do with Gary because, that's kind of a lot to leave on us. And, there's definitely some plot holes there. Did you see that episode? And if so, what'd you think?
Unfortunately, because we have this show, I have to watch that show.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it was still a bad show to me. And particularly when and the whole thing, we could create our own sorority. Sisterhood, bruh. And then Sarah still never got her sight back that we know of. If it happened off screen.
Oh, she has it. She got it back.
Okay, I didn't see she got it back. Okay, cool. But it did Nate, man. You Commander Steel, dude.
Yeah, they don't have him doing much.
They're not doing much. Ah, my goodness. I guess it was decent, but like I said, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, to each his own. I'm really more interested in it because I'm still interested in their characters. I like Nate. I like Sarah. I like Mick. So it's probably if you're not interested in the characters, you're probably not gonna be interested in the show anymore, really. So I get that.
Yep. I agree. Right. Let's move on.
All right, next. Let's move on to the Batwoman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me. You want to go ahead and do it now? Okay, we can do it now. I was gonna save it for last, but we can do it now. Basically, Sophie found out that Ryan is Batwoman, and her DNA got collected when they fought Black Mask last episode. So she's up here trying to run interference to be sure Ryan isn't found out to be Batwoman. Meanwhile, Ryan is trying to save her lover from being shot and killed by Black Mask. Well, Alice ends up getting involved, and those two form up to be a tag team, and they do their thing for a minute. They beat some henchmen, and then they come up with a plan to get the rest of the henchmen out so they can go in. Batwoman has different plans, though. Batwoman gets her cuffs and ties Alice down to where she can't get free, and she says she's gonna go in and save her girlfriend, save her dude, and let her dude know that she's not anywhere good for him. So she goes into the building. Now here's the part that I thought was ironic. At the start of the show, the little fake Ruby Rose got the little mask on and things like that. She's supposed to be Kate. But she's been brainwashed to think she's Black Mask's daughter. But in this episode, we got Kate versus Ryan, and that was a pretty good fight. Alice comes into play, helps Batwoman, but when Alice gets caught up and trapped and needs Batwoman's help, Batwoman still remembers that Alice killed her mom. And she said, well, you do with it. And she just walked off.
Yeah, that was a line she crossed.
Yeah, that's definitely a line. Then, and as she was walking off, we go to the end of the show where you saw Black Mask and his daughter pretty much say, kill Alice. But then Black Mask says, hold on, she does have one use left. And she says, take her down to the cellar, put her down there. Now, I don't know why Kate slapped Alice with the pistol, but whatever, slapped her with the pistol, and that was pretty much about it. The funny part, I thought, another funny part, I mean, it wasn't a good episode, but it has some funny parts to it, is when Alice rode in the Batmobile for the first time. And she couldn't stop pressing buttons.
Yeah. It's like when Harley Quinn rode the Batmobile in the animated series.
Yep. I thought that was so funny. But other than that, that was about it. Sophie hasn't said anything to Ryan that she knows she's Batwoman as of yet, and she gave Ryan a chance to say it in this episode, but Ryan never said it. So we'll see if the next episode she says it, or she definitely reveals that she is Batwoman to Sophie, and then we'll go from there. Oh, and real quick, the Crow's commander is found out to have taken snake bite. So now he went to Sophie went to his daughter. You need to talk to your dad about this. And at first she didn't believe it, but she left the container that had snake bite in it right there. So you need to talk to your father about this. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. It was all right. It had its funny moments, but this is still a bad show.
Yeah, especially with the whole thing with Sophie trying to hack in to fix the whole thing. If only they had access to a supercomputer and a really brilliant person who can hack to actually hack that shit remotely.
Yep. But there's nobody that could do it.
I'm being sarcastic.
Now, Sophie had to go back and delete her digital footprint so she wouldn't be found out. But other than that, that was about it.
Misunderstand. They have the back computer. They could have done that shit remotely.
You could have done all that. They made excuses why you couldn't do it because the individual file had no names. It was just numbers, and if you didn't know that number, then you were pretty much screwed. So that was their way around it. So,
all right, well, it is what it is, my friend. It is what it is. Yep. All righty. Next, let's move on to the Super Duper Girl.
Yes.
So we have part 2 of Prom. Stuff happens. Let's see. After breaking out of the force field thingy from the blue alien dudes and leaving them there, Cat Grant, the young Cat Grant finds them and messes stuff up, of course. Fast forward to the prom. Kenny almost gets hit by a meteor. Supergirl actually does get hit by the meteor and lose her powers. Blah blah blah. Kenny says, "Oh, I'm the new Kryptonian you're looking for." So he gets kidnapped.
Right.
Well, they all go there to save him. Blah blah. After beating the aliens, Cat Grant sees Supergirl, whatever. So yeah, that's all done. That's all messed up. So Brainy and Dreamer decide to hop on a time machine, go back a few hours to kind of fix everything. Unfortunately, because Kara is Kara, she goes with them. I mean, yeah. Anyway, so they go do that. They, fix everything behind the scenes, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, Kara and Kenny were going to, be together, but now they decide not to be together in this, new timeline, whatever, which leads me to believe we'll be seeing Kenny sooner or later.
Oh, yeah. You're going to see there's something going down.
And that might be their end game, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We will see.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that happens. Time gets fixed. Dreamer and go back to the future and end of the episode. Next episode will apparently be the mid-season finale. I guess that's their juggling of stuff. So this mid-season, we'll have a break from Supergirl for a while, and Superman and Lois will come back. And that's how it is. If you saw the episode, what'd you think, good sir?
I did watch it. it's kind of interesting to see Dreamer being, stepping up a little bit.
Mhm.
Plus she got a new power in this episode. I thought seeing Kara so young was kind of funny. Seeing her sister so young was kind of hilarious to me as well. But the main thing is seeing Dreamer really develop a new power and also stepping up as a character too. I really did appreciate that. Man, she's pretty much been carrying this season. So we'll see what happens next week. Hopefully we'll get Melissa back, our Melissa back. Oh, and one more thing that impressed me too is when Dreamer actually influenced Cat to take her name, and because of that, you saw how Catco started in that episode too. So I thought that was interesting as well.
Yeah, very true. It's kind of a grandfather thing, whether that's how it happened originally or not.
But it was awesome to see, man.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, next episode we'll see what happens. They're gonna go in with the Phantom to try to find her. Apparently, her Kara's father is still alive, though that may just be Mixie, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, there's a good chance at that, unfortunately, but hey, whatever. We'll see. So yeah, I think that's it about Super Duper Girl. We'll see you soon, and yeah. All right, so next show we got, let me look at the list, is The Flash. The Flash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what happened. They through some stuff. They found Furaja, whatever the hell her name is, her human form. Only she's this, really good person. She had a past, sure, but she's trying to do good, whatever. Meanwhile, we have the trial of Killer Frost. And yeah. Obviously, since Cecile is her defense attorney, she's obviously going to lose very badly. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, also her crimes don't warrant lifetime in prison. I mean, she did what? Kidnapping twice?
Yeah.
And what were the other two things? What were the other two things like property or something?
I think it was destruction of property.
Yeah, I mean that's not worth a lifetime imprisonment. I mean,
No.
that's that may not even be like a year. That's like what?
But she did
probably.
Yeah.
Maybe? Just parole, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway. So you find out that latest whole thing is she doesn't like meta-humans who pretend to be good, who are actually bad. So okay, whatever. So she is after for Raw specifically to set a precedent to be able to use the cure as punishment to just cure, meta-humans, whatever. They kind of try to do a whole, we were born this way, blah, 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 even though they weren't. Meta-humans weren't. Like, meta-humans got it through the, and also that thing, the cure shouldn't work on her. Because the cure is specifically for dark matter. And
right.
She's not dark matter.
Right.
Her powers are not. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the writers must have forgotten that. I mean, there was a whole big thing about when they fought Cicada, so hey, whatever. Anyway, she finally figures out a way to, fix everything, to not do set that precedence by putting herself in jail for life with no parole. So, she's going to prison for now. Someone's going to break her out at some point. I mean, we'll see. I mean, either random metas from Central Sea or maybe a Mama Frost, because we haven't seen her yet.
Nope. That
will probably happen at some point this season, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Barry and Speed Force Nora go to continue to talk to Farasha or whatever her name is. And Nora's definitely putting off some, darker vibes. Barry convinces her to come back with them to run through test, see if it's really true. They find out, it is really true. And out of nowhere, Nora just attacks Farasha or whatever her name is. Barry throws some lightning at Nora, but Nora absorbs it into some sort of ball that looks like it's more than one kind of lightning, and then throws it at Raja, probably killing her. And then there's this really nice line that I really like. She said, "Iris, you are Barry's lightning rod, but I'm the lightning."
Exactly. I love that line.
Yeah, like that. So yeah, she's evil. She's the bad guy. Next episode, she's going all evil and everything. So, well, I mean, I think next episode we're dealing with the time one, I think, and then the psych one's gonna be after that.
Mm-hmm.
And also the next one we're gonna go in he's gonna go and get Timeless Wells.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of Timeless Wells, we got some very, very bad news. Tom Cavanaugh and Carlos Valdez are going to be leaving the show at the end of the season.
Yep.
So next season, there will be no more Wells and no more Cisco. So it's going to be a pretty big shakeup to lose the two of them. I mean, sure, we have Chester to take Cisco's spot, but it's going to be hard not to have Wells anymore.
It is. It really is going to be hard. You need Wells because Wells keeps the flow of the show going.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Yeah. Tom Cavanaugh is definitely one of the biggest pluses of the show. Most definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. Now let's see. One more piece of news we got. Stargirl has been renewed for a third season ahead of the release of its second season. And yeah, that's all we got, my good sir.
Did we man, we got through that. We got through the show reviews kind of fast. Did we miss something?
Let's see. You did Batwoman. You did Black Lightning. I did Legends, Flash, and Supergirl. No, that's everything.
We got everything. We got everything for this week. We surely did. All right. Any more news? I know we got Titans.
Yeah, we do got Titans. Titans season 3 will be premiering July 22nd, with first 3 episodes being Barbara on the 22nd, Red Hood on the 22nd as well, and Hawk and Dove on the 22nd.
Ooh.
On the 29th, we'll have the episode Blackfire.
Can't wait to see Blackfire.
Mm-hmm. Yep, my good sir.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank everybody for having us in your living room this week. Arc Entertainment. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate you. That gets you caught up on everything on the DC Arrowverse tonight. Gene is on assignment. He's going to get some stuff done for us. When we come back next week, he'll be with us as well. And we'll break down everything going down in the world of the Arrowverse. Yeah, you came a little bit late, Art, but you're good, bro. I appreciate you coming out, man. I appreciate you coming out. All right, that's going to do it for us. I want to say very, very quickly, thank you to Shaw. Gene, get better soon. Again, thank you guys thank you for Lisa's group having us out there this week. Thanks for everybody who stopped by and tuned in to us. Appreciate you. And if there is nothing else, that's going to do it for this week. We will see you guys again next week. Everyone have a great week. Be sure you stay safe. Please stay safe, guys. Still tough times out there. Make sure you get vaccinated. And if there is nothing else, thank you for watching the show. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys again next week. Everyone take care.